This abandoned asylum plays music only ghosts can hear. It started with whispers, then a faint melody, a forgotten tune drifting on the wind. No one knew its origin, but people heard it. In desolate places, far from any living soul, in old theaters with dust-covered seats, forgotten sanatoriums with peeling paint, places heavy with history and sorrow, they reported phantom orchestras. Complex, unidentifiable tunes, music that seemed to weave itself into the very air. It wasn't just random noise, there was a pattern, a chilling, unsettling pattern. The music intensified during moments of profound sadness. It swelled when despair hung heavy, as if echoing past tragedies. The notes seemed to weep, they cried out for those long gone. Imagine being the only one there, standing alone in the vast emptiness. And then, the music begins. Softly at first, a single instrument. Then another joins, building into a symphony. But there's no one, no musicians, no instruments visible. Just the empty space and the haunting sound. The melody sounds familiar, but no one's ever heard it before. It's like a memory you can't quite grasp, a song from a dream you can't recall. This was the case for a lone caretaker. His name was Arthur. He worked the night shift at Blackwood Manor, a sprawling, dilapidated mansion, once a place of grand parties, now a monument to decay. Arthur was used to the creaks, the groans of the old house settling. He'd heard the wind howl through the broken window panes, a mournful sound that usually soothed him. But one night it was different. A soft sound, very faint, like a music box tinkling far away. He paused, his hand on the banister, his breath catching in his throat. His heart gave a strange little jump. He strained his ears, trying to pinpoint the source. It seemed to be coming from upstairs. He followed the sound, his heavy boots making little noise on the threadbare carpets. Through dusty corridors, past portraits with vacant eyes that seemed to follow him, he moved with a growing sense of unease. The air grew colder, heavier, as he approached the west wing. He reached the old nursery, a room he usually avoided. The door was slightly ajar, a sliver of darkness beckoning him. He pushed it open slowly, the hinges groaning in protest. The music was clearer now, resonating in the stillness, a lullaby sweet and sorrowful. It tugged at his heartstrings, a deep ache he couldn't explain, a phantom limb of emotion he didn't know he possessed. He looked around the room. Cobwebs draped the antique crib like macabre lace. Dust motes danced in the ethereal moonlight filtering through the grimy window. No music box, no visible source. Yet the lullaby continued, filling the room, wrapping around him like a spectral embrace. He felt a profound sadness wash over him, a wave of grief so potent it stole his breath. Tears welled in his eyes, blurring the spectral scene before him. He felt an inexplicable connection to this place, to the music, to the unseen presence that must be creating it. He stood there for a long time, utterly still, just listening. The melody was so pure, so heartbreakingly beautiful. It felt like it was being played directly onto his soul. He finally left the nursery, but the tune stayed with him, a persistent echo in the quiet chambers of his mind, haunting his thoughts. Days turned into weeks. Arthur couldn't shake the lullaby. He hummed it absent-mindedly while polishing furniture, the notes a constant melancholic companion. He heard it in his dreams, vivid and clear, a phantom serenade. One afternoon, he was talking to Mrs. Gable, the elderly woman who lived next door, a repository of local lore and forgotten histories. She remembered his family, a faint smile gracing her lips as she spoke of his parents. Arthur, seeking some rational explanation for the persistent melody, mentioned the strange music, the lullaby in the nursery. Mrs. Gable's eyes widened, her smile fading. She looked pale, a tremor running through her frail hands. She asked him to hum it, her voice barely a whisper. He did, hesitantly at first, feeling foolish. Then, as the familiar notes flowed from his lips, with more confidence, the melody taking hold of him once more. As he hummed the final, lingering notes, Mrs. Gable began to cry, silent tears streaming down her weathered cheeks. She looked at Arthur with a profound pity, her gaze filled with a sorrow that mirrored the music. She told him a story he'd never known, a piece of his own past that had been lost to him. Arthur had a younger sister, she explained softly. Her name was Lily. She died when she was very young, before Arthur could even remember her clearly. Lily loved music, Mrs. Gable continued, her voice thick with emotion. Her favorite thing in the world was a lullaby. She would hum it constantly, a sweet, reedy sound that echoed through their old house. It was the last song she ever hummed. Arthur's mother, heartbroken, had taught it to her. Arthur listened, stunned, the blood draining from his face. The lullaby, the one he heard in the nursery, played by unseen hands. It was Lily's lullaby, the very same tune. He felt a chill run down his spine, a cold dread mixed with an overwhelming sense of connection. He had heard his sister's song, played by unseen hands, in a place filled with echoes of the past. The music wasn't random. It was a memory, a spectral echo of a child's love, a tangible manifestation of grief. It was tied to the emotions of the house, to the sadness that lingered there, a symphony of the departed. The asylum, the old theater, the manor. These places hold more than just memories. They hold emotions. And sometimes, those emotions manifest as sound, as music, a silent symphony for the unseen. Have you ever heard music when you were alone? Perhaps a tune you couldn't quite place? Or a melody that felt strangely familiar, stirring something deep within you? These phantom melodies are not just figments of imagination. They are reports from the edge of perception, where the veil between worlds is thin, and the past can still sing its mournful, beautiful songs. The music of the unseen is a powerful reminder that we are not always truly alone, that emotions can leave an imprint, a sonic echo in the very fabric of reality. So the next time you find yourself in a quiet place, an old building, a deserted road, listen very carefully. Listen to the silence. What spectral music might find you? Listen closely in the silence. What spectral music might find you?